There you go.
Good afternoon. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good afternoon, Principal Smith, members of the faculty, parents, and students. Welcome to the 2022-2023 National Honor Society Induction Ceremony. We are gathered here to formally recognize those students who have been selected by the faculty of our school for successfully completing their candidacy and are being inducted as new members of our NHS chapter. For current members and those former members who may be among our guests, we hope this will serve to remind you of the standards of excellence you too are charged with maintaining as members of this nation's oldest, largest, and most prestigious student recognition program. At this time, I introduce you to Bianca Cruz, President of the Lewis High School National Honor Society.
Good afternoon. I am Bianca Cruz, the 2022-2023 President of the John R. Lewis National Honor Society. Our chapter is proud to have been inducting new members, and with today's ceremony indicates the continuing emphasis on excellence that we represent for our school and community. Throughout the year, members of our chapter serve as role models for other students. In addition to the strong academic records that establish our eligibility for membership, our chapter members are leaders in many student organizations, and we serve our school and community through many activities including canned food drives and Lake Acton cleanups. We are proud of this record of accomplishment and welcome these new members who bring new energy in support of our continuing work as NHS members. Our speaker today is an example of the qualities the members of NHS possess, Mr. Christopher Thompson, a native of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, who served in the United States military, also serves as an assistant principal at John R. Lewis High School. Prior to this role, he served as an inaugural principal of Lincoln West School of Science and Health and academy principal at Alexandria City High School. As a school leader, he is applying his previous teacher/leadership experience and research in problem-based learning and cross-curricular instruction to meet the needs of students and teachers here at John Lewis High School. Mr. Thompson is continually providing innovative solutions to address the challenges students face in seeking to be competitive in a technology-driven 21st century economy. Mr. Thompson works to transform learning environments by being equity-focused, bridging gaps, and emphasizing academic achievement and integrating opportunities for creative expression. He's a passionate educator who has taught special education, AP government, and economics before becoming a school leader. Mr. Thompson believes we, educators, parents, and community members must work together as a supportive family unit, addressing the needs of and setting the highest standards to ensure the success for every student. Mr. Thompson's zeal for education is evident in his own educational pursuits. His educational accomplishments include a bachelor's degree from Florida Gulf Coast University, Master of Education degree from George Washington University, a Master of Arts in Education Leadership from Harvard University, and is currently completing a PhD program from George Washington University. Join me in welcoming our Assistant Principal, Mr. Thompson.
I don't know I accomplished all of that. I should be inducted today. Thank you, inductees, members of the National Honor Society, and parents, and all guests. I'm honored and proud to be here today to celebrate the new inductees into the National Honor Society. Each of you have been selected because you've exhibited leadership, academic scholarship, community service, and strong character. And that is why we're here today, gathered here to celebrate you. And I'm so happy to see our parents here today. It's evident. I always say that There's this myth that parents at this level are not invested in their students, but it's evident today that look how many parents are here to see how you guys are here to celebrate your contributions and your achievements. As members of the National Honor Society, you have joined the ranks of distinguished persons, such as former First Lady Michelle Obama, award-winning reporter Katie Couric, late actor Golden Globe and Emmy Award winner Chadwick Boseman, and superstar Taylor Swift. Tay-Tay is a member of the National Honor Society. In addition to the plethora of world changer doctors, world changers, politicians, astronauts, and in many other fields. In other words, your induction to the National Honor Society is your first step to realizing the amazing potential within each of you. Today, as high school students, you have the ability and already setting the bar for yourselves. You've already begun to climb to achieve your goals, reaching even higher those I have named. And that's just one step. So the first of all, I want to take to look around you. Look around the amount of brain power in this room. The amount of dedication to scholarship, to the arts, to the industries, and social causes. You all represent a diverse array of talents and skills and abilities. The National Honor Society does not merely seek those who get good grades, but those student leaders who have a desire and a heart to serve, those who dream to make a difference in others' lives, those who are driven to make their mark by creating a positive change. The motto of the National Honor Society, noblesse oblige, or nobility obligates. This means that those of those high rank and character have an obligation to contribute to society. And as high achievers, you are our world leaders, doctors, reporters, lawyers, and politicians. And one day you'll influence a generation. You sit here at the pillars of John Lewis High School, which was spearheaded by your very own students to change the name to John Lewis, a man who spent his life fighting for civil rights causes, fighting for nonviolent changes. And you are the next generation, the next fighters. Myself, fellow administrators and parents here and guests feel encouraged that you are the future. In my role, many times we're addressing discipline. So this is the best part of being an assistant principal, where we could celebrate your efforts, right? We could see all the accomplishments that you guys are doing in school and out of school. And your parents are proud here to celebrate you as well. Former First Lady Michelle Obama reminds us that success is only meaningful and enjoyable if it feels like your own. Similar to what Katie Couric offered, do you. Navigate the paths, streams, and avenues that call you to them. When it is your work, it feels incredible, and in it, you and those around you will find much meaning. Additionally, Ms. Obama encourages us there are still many causes worth sacrificing for, so much history yet to handle. Given your collective capacity, shared experiences, lasting impact, and impending legacy, I am excited to see what history you guys are going to be able to make. As I look at each of you, I see leaders here now, and leaders of the future, and I believe that each of you represent. As an educator and a leader, I want you to realize the potential and promise you have within yourself. So I want you to entertain me for a second. I want you to close your eyes, inductees. Close them, I'm not going to do anything to you. Imagine your life in 15 years. You are in your early 30s, and trust me, you will get there. What is your dream career? What are you bringing to the world? Perhaps you've discovered the cure for cancer. Are you a politician instituting education reform? Maybe you're an artist charged with painting the next presidential portrait. Where do you live? Perhaps you're building infrastructure for clean water in a developing country, or in the skies above, taking man's first step on Mars. My hope and desire is that you achieve it, because none of it is out of your reach. You could open them back up now. That's what I work for each day, and that's one of my goals, and that's our goals as educators here. That the students that we guide, and I change this to we from I, because this is a collective effort. When we have teachers, counselors, educators, and school leaders, and other roles here at the school, each of those roles are valued, because we're here to make sure that you are prepared for your next journey. Don't ever let anyone question your worthiness. It does not matter where you start, but where you land. And that's very important. And I'm going to share a short story. I feel like a pastor. Every time we're going to say we're going to close, there's always something else. But I'm inspired right now because when I was in 6th grade, came from Jamaica, and I had a very strong accent, even stronger than this one, so think about how strong that was. And I had to assimilate into the American society. It was very hard. And I had my 6th grade English teacher, I remember it today, and she said that I wasn't going to amount to anything because of my handwriting. And it kind of stuck with me. And my 8th grade teacher said the complete opposite. And that has had a more impact on me, on my journey. Ironically, when I was a teacher, I taught English, and I also observed and gave feedback to English teachers. So think about this young Jamaican boy. Yes, let's see, a young Jamaican boy, and I still have my accent, I can still say my patois, that have been lifted up and mentored by different individuals and inspired to go into a career to create change and have a lasting impact. And that's what we expect from you guys. Now, you don't have to be teachers, right, or educators, but you could get into a field that you feel passionate about. And that's what we want you to think about, how you're exhibiting that passion. So I'm going to leave you with a few advice. Each of us have a story, and our story is unique to each of us. I share that it involves me immigrating from another country and assimilating myself to this new country, new culture. Finally getting to know my mother, and eventually meeting my father. Scary and difficult. But I made my obstacles, and I turned those obstacles into opportunities, because I learned more about myself the more challenge I experienced, the more challenges I experienced. And so that teacher who made me question my self-worth in 6th grade, I started to question my abilities and my skills and my self-worth and future. And eventually I met that teacher who believed in me, and many years down the line, I emulated what she did in her classroom, in my classroom, when I was a teacher. And so why am I telling this story? Because your story is just the beginning. You've already living your story. You're already living your story by this accomplishment. And I want to beg you to overcome any challenges over the years. Obstacles, heartbreaks, breakups, dramas, disappointments. And here you are. There will be many people to question your self-worth and your ambitions and your dreams. It may even be an authority figure, like in my story. But I want you to remember that someone is always here cheering you on, pulling you to succeed. Maybe it's a teacher, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a parent, a counselor. It doesn't matter, as long as they are uplifting you, encouraging you and reminding you, hang in there, or look at your talents, look at your gifts. You're great at that, you're talented at this. And those are the words that you should be listening to. Just as I did, I want you to be able to look at yourself and realize you hold unique, incredible gifts within yourself and each other. And my last piece of advice, it is vital to work together and help one another along the way, to give a part of yourself or others as only you could do to help them succeed, and to cheer them as only you can. when I think of the concept of winning in life, winning in my career, and very importantly, winning in my character, a tenet of NHS, and how I've helped to influence others. I like to think of my life as a relay race. You're on a team, yet you have your own leg of the race where you need to give yourself your all. You can't win on your own. You need each other, yet you need to run with an eye on the prize. Let others see your worth. Let's see the worth in others. Let others see you run with integrity. Let others see your values. When you unite forces with one another, then again as a team, you are a formidable power, and at that point, who could stop you? Together you could achieve in every field. And my fraternity, I can't not do a speech without giving my fraternity some honor. So I pledged in undergrad, and our motto is achievement in every field of human endeavor. And that's a bar set very high. Achievement in every field of human endeavor. And remember the NHS motto, noblesse oblige. Bottom line, run the race and run with all your might. And the last piece of advice, always remember that you are unique with a unique purpose, and only you have your particular combination of skills, talents, perseverance, and ability to make a contribution to the world. You are literally one in a million. You are worthy, you are valued, you are treasured, and I am proud of each and every one of you. Thank you for being John R. Lewis Lancer.
Thank you, Mr. Thompson, for those encouraging and thoughtful words. They were very moving. Okay. At this time, we honor those students who have been selected by the faculty and are being inducted as new members of our National Honor Society chapter. We proclaim to all in attendance that membership in the John R. Lewis High School chapter of the National Honor Society has been earned by these candidates through the effective demonstration of the 4 qualities that serve as standards of the Honor Society: scholarship, service, leadership, and character. Members of our chapter will now review these qualities. We will begin with scholarship.
Scholarship is characterized by a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend the necessary time to cultivate his or her mind in the quest of knowledge. This pillar can only be achieved through diligence and effort. Scholarship means always doing the best work possible, regardless of impeding reward. We should continue to learn even when formal education has ended, for human education ends only with the end of life. Knowledge is one great element in life, which leads to the highest success, and it can be acquired through diligence and effort. Learning furnishes the lamp by which we read the past, the torch guiding us to understand the present, and the light that illuminates the future. Candidates have the charge to continually expand their world through the opportunities inherent in scholarship.
Next, we will hear about service.
Service is helping others without gaining anything in return and wanting the best for those in need. Service can be established in the routine of the day's work when many opportunities arise to help others both at school and in the community. A willingness to work for the benefit of those in need without monetary compensation or public recognition is the quality we seek in our membership and promote for the entire student body. We are committed to volunteering our time and talents to the creation of a better tomorrow.
We will now hear about the pillar of leadership.
Leadership should exert a wholesome influence in the school. In taking initiative in the classroom and school activities, the real leader strives to train and aid others to reach their common goals of success. The price of leadership is sacrifice, willingness to yield one's interest for the interests of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward with others hesitate. No matter what power and resources may exist in a school, community, or nation, they are ineffectual without the guidance of the wise leader. Leadership is always needed, thus to lead is a meaningful and substantive charge to each of our members.
Finally, we will hear about character.
Character is the force within that distinguishes you from others. It creates for each of us our individuality and our goodness. Without character, one cannot respect self, nor hope to attain the respect of others. It is this force of character that guides one through life, and once developed, grows steadily within. Character is achieved and not received. It is the product of constant thought and action, the daily striving to make the right choices. The problem of character is the problem of self-control. By demonstrating such qualities as respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, fairness, caring, and citizenship, we aim to prove by example that we value character.
To our inductees, you were just reminded about the 4 pillars of this organization. We ask that you reflect on these principles as you enter this prestigious society. At this time, will the inductees and current members of NHS please raise your right hand and repeat the pledge? Please join me in reciting the pledge. I pledge to uphold the high purposes of the National Honor Society to which I have been selected. I will be true to the principles for which it stands. And will always maintain and encourage the high standards of scholarship, leadership, service, and character. Thank you. You may be seated. Oh, and now, as your name is called, please step forward to receive your token of membership and sign the official chapter register.
I'll do it. Thank you. Good afternoon. As the administrator of National Honor Society, I am privileged to stand here and to be able to call your name and induct you into, again, one of the most prestigious and honorable societies. When I call your name, please come forward to receive your certificate, fellowship, and sign the register. Malika Akwan. Asna Alazai. Juliana Cercioni. Jael Sufuentes Figueroa. Sarah Dire. Yulisa Dodimas. Yusil Ajali. Mariana Ferranda. Zuno Hale. Umama Javed. Faith Kitawang. Marilyn Lois Gonzalez. Leah McCleary. Caitlin Nguyen. Maggie Nguyen. Vicky Nguyen. Abigail Olarende. Brittany Pereira Ramos. Cindy Pham. Layla Ramirez. Kyra Rahan. Eric Siles Enosa. Asan Suhel. Katie Tejada. Nuamin Walde. A round of applause for our 22.
Congratulations to the newly inducted members of the John R. Lewis High School chapter of the National Honor Society. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. And now please welcome our principal, Mr. Smith, who will offer congratulatory remarks to our new members.
All right, thank you. Now this is a great afternoon. I think some of us looked out the window this morning and thought we'd have a snow day or something, but no, I'm glad we're in school for an occasion like this. I would not have wanted us to miss this. National Honor Society members, no longer inductees, right? They're members now, right? Let's give it up for them one more time. Congratulations. I actually want to congratulate you as well as your parents. I know that for you to achieve such an honor, in addition to the hard work and dedication that you had to put in, I know it requires a lot of sacrifice. So I just want to acknowledge that. I want to applaud you and your accomplishments. I want to encourage you not to allow complacency to sneak in. All right, now you've achieved some good things, but I want you to continue to set your goals high. Continue on your path of excellence. Continue doing the great things that you're doing, both inside the classroom and out. Take these 4 pillars. Now, these are 4 pillars for National Honor Society, but I would challenge you and say, hey, look, if you use these 4 pillars, there's nothing that you cannot do. You can be successful in a number of different ways throughout your life if you will apply these 4 pillars. So again, I just want to take this moment to congratulate you. You are the best of the best. The best of the best. Look, keep your head up. Be proud of it. You are the best of the best, and we're very proud of you here at John R. Lewis High School. So continue to keep up the good work. And again, congratulations to you, and thank you, family, as well. Okay?
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Now, I'd like to thank our advisors, Ms. Burns, Mr. DeLong, and our administrator, Ms. Harrison, for their hard work, dedication, and leadership in organizing this year's induction ceremony. Please join me in thanking them with a round of applause. At this time, Mr. DeLong, our advisor, will bring closing remarks.
Thank you all for attending our National Honor Society induction ceremony today. It's been my pleasure and my honor to work with these academic stars this year, both the veterans as well as the new inductees. I have been very impressed with all of the efforts and fortitude that they have all demonstrated. At the conclusion of this ceremony, we will celebrate our new members with light refreshments. We invite you to remain with us as we celebrate their achievements. Again, congratulations to the new members of the John R. Lewis High School National Honor Society, and we thank you all for joining us this afternoon. This, at this time, concludes our ceremony.
We're going to ask inductees if we could. This is being videotaped, but we also want to get an opportunity to have a picture with our new members. Excuse